Yo, welcome to another Emotion Football live stream. Haven't been here in a minute, but happy to be here finally. It's been a couple weeks, and we're going to talk about the draft. And there's no better way I like talking about the draft than just doing a mock draft. No point in just delivering takes to you guys baselessly. Let's look at every team. Let's look at a bunch of prospects. And let's get a feel for what every team might do. I see Kyle is in here. Good to see you, Peter. I threw the link in the chat. All right, let's go. Okay, cool. I'm looking to get in and out of the stream in like an hour. You down to rip through 32 picks?
Yeah, sure.
Let's restore the feeling from picking the entire season in like an hour and a half, like rapid fire. Okay, Raiders number 1. We're just going Mendoza. That one
probably, yeah.
Okay, so number 2 with the Jets. My thing about the Jets is, given how much they're playing for the future in terms of stacking 2027 picks, I have no reason to think they wouldn't entertain a trade down. I think the issue here is I don't see who anyone else would trade up for.
There's no reason to trade up because who was the only team to trade up last year? The Falcons and the Jaguars, right?
Jaguars for sure, yeah.
The Falcons traded up for bro that went to prison?
Yeah, they traded their first round picks from this year.
He didn't go to prison yet, but like that's definitely on the table.
To be determined, yeah.
Granted, both of those things like kind of haven't worked out for different reasons, but like my point is I don't understand why a team would leverage all of that draft capital, say like in the top 10 already, to move up to number 2 in a one quarterback draft.
No, there's no standout prospect. You don't do that for a linebacker.
They went and traded for Geno, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so like he's going to be the bridge quarterback, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be the bridge quarterback, and they have another pick in the first round. They have who is it? Indianapolis's pick. So
stay away from the Alabama industry plant.
Legit.
Just be 3-14 with Geno this year, man. Let Geno have one last year, and like it is what it is.
I see Prime is in here and Caden's backstage. Damn.
Freaking hello.
The community.
Sorry, I'm playing 2K23.
You're playing 2K23 in 2026.
Well, it's a golf game. It's the only one I have.
It's a golf game. How much did it cost? $2?
I don't know. My dad got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, respect. Yo, for Christmas?
Yeah. In 2023.
That had to be a stocking stuffer.
It was.
Okay, makes sense.
Damn.
But yeah, Jets.
I have a golf video coming out tomorrow at noon, so I just recorded one.
Hey man, best of luck.
Of me playing. It's me playing the game.
Oh.
Golf live streams, damn. I'm sure there's somebody on Twitch that's making a killing.
Well, no, I'm not live streaming. I made a video.
All right, what else do we have in here? But my Rockets are beating the Pelicans 119-93. I mean, yeah, it's the day of the ass whooping. Yo, Philly Mike, you're a big fan of putting fake trades in the chat. My thing is, you gotta get better with your fake trades because, like, none of these have been believable.
Let me make sure I posted.
Fake trades in chat. Why?
Yeah, dude, that's a science, bro. You can't just be NBA Centel. You actually have to be good at it. Like AJ Brown to the Saints for Chris Olave a first in 2 seconds, it would never happen.
Why would the Saints do that?
All in on Tyler Shuck would be nasty.
No, but like, why not just draft a receiver with like their top 10 pick or whatever they have?
Which is probably what we're gonna get to.
Right? Like,
also, yo, shout out to these emojis, right? Like, because I don't know if you think this is gonna make it more believable, but
I respect that, man. I respect that.
That's serious effort. Why would the Saints? Texans would probably rather. Yo, the Texans need offensive linemen in the worst way. But talking about these Jets, I think the Jets probably just take one of the edge rushers. They have to choose between David Bailey and Arvell Reese. I don't see them going running back because of Breece Hall. I think they signed a couple of linebackers. So it's just if you're going BPA, it's an edge rusher here.
Did they give Breece Hall an extension or did they
franchise tagged him? No, they franchise tagged him.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't particularly like a whole lot about these two edge rushers. I just know that David Bailey has like top 99 percentile at like testing, and that pass kind of sucks unless it's Myles Garrett.
Wait, come on, Peter. Where are you?
In the kitchen.
Wait, are you? Wait, I forgot. We're in different time zones.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I live in California. The sun is still up.
Jets really trying to hostage this man, Brees Hall. I mean, yeah, they traded.
He's not hostage. He's making like 12 mil this year or whatever.
Is it 6:17 there? Because isn't it like 3 hours behind?
Yes, minus 3 hours from wherever you live, probably.
Georgia.
Yeah, so we're 3 hours behind you.
Also, Alam, where were you from my stream? I emailed you, or I didn't email you.
Yo, you emailed me?
No. I did the post thing.
That's why it wasn't there, bro.
No.
That's a great way to make sure I'm not there.
Yeah, I did a post.
Email.
Wait, did you leave a post on the community?
Yeah.
My bad. I may have been sleeping. What time was the game?
2:15.
Oh, okay. I got a good nap in the middle of the day. I think I was sleeping. Yeah.
Alam, I know we weren't.
Jared was there.
But are you active in the summer for the World Cup or not?
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Flawless about whether he's going to California. He didn't say anything,
bro.
Like as an update.
Because if you guys want to pull up, or if you want me to come to you, we'll see what's happening.
Okay, I'll message Flawless again and see what's going on. Does Arizona entertain quarterback, or do they roll with Jacoby? Bro, but if you have Jacoby and Gardner Minshew, I just feel like that's a declaration of intent. You're like, 2027 is the year for our quarterback.
Don't they like need to be ass? Also, like they're gonna be ass because the 3 teams in their division are way better than them anyways.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, just also like, are you sure that this Ty Simpson little nigga is gonna be better than Jacoby Brissett? I'm not.
No, like I am not convinced at all that.
Yeah,
like if you believe in Ty Simpson, I think the ceiling has to be believing that he could be something year 2, year 3. Like there's no way a team could plan on him being the quarterback in year 1. Now, last year the
drafting him at 3 or whatever they have would be malpractice.
Yeah, because
whoever did that would get instantly fired.
Exactly. Last year the Giants had Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, but they drafted Jackson Dart in the 20s. And that makes more sense if you're looking to draft a quarterback for the long term. So not at number 3. And then if you're looking at the Cardinals, they're in a weird place where like it feels like a prove-it year for the GM who's been there for like 4 years now, but they're year 1 of a head coach. So like this is just standard Arizona Cardinals garbage franchise things to have 2 windows or like 2 timelines that don't line up together at all. So I don't know if that means that the GM is going to be drafting aggressively, but also he gave his coach Gardner Minshew and Jacoby Brissett. So like, I just think they're going to take best player available. They have a ton of needs. I think it'd be weird to take Jeremiah Love, but like he also might be best player available.
It would be terrible.
For real.
But like, I don't know. Like, is the Cardinals line good? Probably not. Could they use a pass rusher? Potentially. Although, didn't they sign Buddy from the Eagles? Or was it the Panthers?
The Panthers signed him.
Okay.
No, so the Cardinals have literally they could go any like I don't think there's a position that they can't draft outside of like receiver or tight end. And that wouldn't be a pick here. So I mean you can go anywhere as far as like the team goes. I mean, if I were them, I would go offensive line just because I think you can get pass rusher in round 2.
Honestly, like because they have McBride, assuming you can get like 900 to 1,000 yards out of Marvin Harrison Jr. ever, which like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 2 good options. Yeah. You could kind of solidify your skill positions by drafting Jeremiah Love. I just don't know if I would like that at 3.
They also had Michael Wilson pop off and actually outperform Marvin Harrison. So like,
so it would be like building your franchise backwards, but it wouldn't be terrible.
It's just again, they're a team that there's no like logical train of thought that checks out for how they've approached their offseason. So it's really hard to project something that like lines up with everything else.
They would be an obvious trade down candidate if there was anybody stupid enough to trade up. But like,
Exactly.
why would they?
Exactly. So with that being said, I'm just gonna give them David Bailey, so that we'll give them the other edge rusher that the Jets were considering in this hypothetical mock draft. So the Jets go edge rusher after trading away like their whole defensive line. Now the Titans are on the board where their offseason has involved putting a lot of like mediocre weapons around Cam Ward.
Hell yeah.
They have the receivers of a run first offense. So like, I don't know if that means that Love is the pick here. They could go defense, I suppose, if they want, but they got Robert Saleh and they made a bunch of additions or a bunch of moves to the defensive line.
Yeah. Did they make offensive moves or no?
Well, they got Wan'Dale Robinson for like $19 million a year, which is tragic.
Mm-hmm.
They signed a tight end. I forget who it was though.
They have. Do they still have Tony Pollard or no?
They have Tony Pollard and Ty J. Spears, but that's not the kind of thing that would stop you from taking Love.
That would stop me.
Draft
a lineman or something, man. Draft a pass rusher. I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
D tackle. What's his name?
They still have Jeffrey Simmons. They traded.
That guy's good.
He's amazing.
Get an edge rusher with them or something. I don't know.
So they could use an edge rusher, a linebacker, anything in the secondary. They could definitely use an offensive lineman. But the thing is, though, fuck, dude. Yeah, they could definitely go offensive line. But we can give them the offensive tackle, first one off the board if we want.
Okay, that works.
Okay, so we're going to give them Maui Goa.
As long as the guy just ends up being better than Will Campbell in the Super Bowl this year, it'll be fine.
Tennessee could go Ruben Bain Jr. I mean, sure. Ruben Bain is the guy with short arms, yeah.
I like him, but like, nah. Not at like 4 or 5 or whatever we're at.
I think I have him going between 8 and 10. Dude, the NFL doesn't like short arms on edge rushers or offensive tackles. Actually, Peter, I think you retweeted a meme about Will Campbell against Ruben Bain, and it was the two T-Rexes.
Oh, the T-Rexes, yeah. Yeah. I stand by it. Like, I just wouldn't at like 5. I hear you at like 20, maybe even like 14, 15. I hear you if you have like a crazy interior rush already.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
The trading of Crosby on a draft day would be crazy.
Wait, what would be crazy?
I don't think Crosby's getting traded, brother.
I mean, he's not going to get traded. I know he's not going to get traded, but I was reacting to this person's comment.
Oh, do you think there'd be any draft day trades like Crosby or AJ? Nah, so AJ Brown, it doesn't make sense for the Eagles to trade him before June 1st when the financial calendar turns over because it's
the dead cap hit, right?
Yeah, it's the difference between taking the dead cap hit in one season versus 2, and it doesn't make sense for them to do that. And then like even if they negotiate a post June 1st trade, it can't be with any 2026 draft assets. So all things considered, it just makes
it wouldn't make sense to trade him then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you want to get better this year. You'd have to be like a Godfather offer of like 3 fucking first 2-day picks.
Yeah.
Where you can be enticed to take that fucking mammoth cap hit.
Yep.
But also retool your team immediately on some cheap ass contracts.
Yeah.
Which like a team is just not gonna do.
Also, everybody talks about the hypothetical AJ Brown to a New England trade, right? If you're the Eagles and you're getting a first round pick from New England, you would want 27 over 26 because the Patriots aren't going to the Super Bowl again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So all things considered, again, everything says to AJ Brown getting traded after June 1st. And then Crosby, bro, like I actually think that whole thing, it's not going to let the Raiders get a 2 first-round picks the way they initially got from Baltimore. And it would just look really bad if you trade him for like a first at this point.
Well, there's like no reason to trade him for just 1 pick.
Yep.
I thought that he would get turned around and dealt straight away, but I guess not.
That one was weird. Like everything about that was weird. What is your theory for why it happened? Because I just think Baltimore saw how expensive Linderbaum's deal was and said, we have other shit to do. Like 2 firsts is not worth it.
I think it's that, and they saw what Hendrickson's market was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they've been playing against Hendrickson for how fucking long now?
Yep.
They were like, wait, we can get him on the exact same deal Max Crosby would basically be on should he get traded here.
Mm-hmm.
And we could have pick 14 and whatever our first is next year to help improve the team.
Yeah.
So I think it was that. And I also think the Ravens know that, or they believe that Matabike is going to play next year.
Right.
So they were like, hey, let's use these picks, kind of go all in with pick 14 and whatever's going on next year. And why drain your draft capital for a Max Crosby when it turns out you don't actually have to? That's all I think it was.
I know. I agree. You don't have to because you can get Hendrickson. Then also, if the mission is to get better on the offensive line, then the guard upgrade you get has to be pretty significant to make up for the center drop off that you'll have, however big it is, and that's not determined yet either because we don't know who the center replacement is. Point being, once the Linderbaum 27 mil came in, it became pretty clear that Baltimore had a handful of moves to make, and your chances of getting the evaluations right without 2 first-round picks are just way lower. So, I think it made a lot of sense.
They offered Linderbaum 5 years, 100 mil.
Yep.
So he took 3 years, 81 instead. And I was like, yeah, I don't blame him for taking 3 years, 81. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't blame the Ravens for not offering him 4 years, 100 mil. You can't afford that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not as negative about the Ravens' offensive line as a lot of people might be.
Wait.
They already upgraded one of the guard spots because they got somebody from the Jets, I think. Simpson, I think that's who they got.
Yeah, OJ or not OJ.
OJ.
John Simpson. He used to be on the Ravens before he went to the Jets.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so John Simpson, my theory is they'll put Emory Jones as guard on the other side, who could be a swing tackle if he needed to.
Yeah.
I want to say he got drafted as a tackle, 3rd or 4th round out of Ohio State.
3rd round pick last year, yep.
Yeah, so my guess is him and Simpson will be the guards. You'll have Rosengarten and Stanley as your tackles, and they'll just find a center.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in the draft, you can get probably one of the best centers in the draft in the 2nd round any given year. The years that a center goes 1st round are that happens maybe once or twice a year.
Very rare.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not as worried about it as much as it's hey, quarterback just kind of needs to stay healthy, and you see where you're at.
Yep. So pivoting from the Ravens to the Giants, we got Harbaugh's team up next. Giants at number 5. I think all the Jeremiah Love to Giants stuff is smoke because I don't see how that makes sense as far as building your team goes. And it's not even about the fact that you have Scatterbo and Tracy and Singletary. It's about the fact that you still need a better offensive line before you can truly get the impact of a great running back on your roster. And who knows that better than the Giants? So for the life of me, I just cannot see the Giants making that.
Because Jeremiah Love's a sick player, and he came from Notre Dame, and linking him to every team is fun.
No.
But yeah, the Giants use that pick on Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
I got to do during my March Madness live stream, nobody was in it for a few minutes, and then I was just sitting there on my phone, and then some person named GoDogs13 joined, and apparently he's a big Stetson Bennett fan. Okay. And he has a YouTube channel, and the only YouTube video he has is the Georgia interception, and I subscribed to him.
Well, you shouldn't have subscribed to him.
Why not?
Because his only video is a highlight that you've already seen. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Subscribe who you want to subscribe to. That doesn't actually matter.
Man, your YouTube, your choice.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm at 112 now.
Nice.
Or 212. 212, sorry.
Congrats, bro. Congrats. Onwards and upwards, up to 500. Who do you have the
I'm
Giants?
Getting closer to you.
Who do you have the Giants?
Fuck, dude. I feel like I've said everybody needs to take O-line and shit. But isn't the Giants D-line still very good?
They also took an edge rusher at number 3 overall last year with Abdul Carter. They still have Brian Burns. I think they still have Thibodeau. It's the last year of his deal. But even if they deal Thibodeau, you have 2 pass rushers. You have Dexter Lawrence. Like, no, it can't be defensive line. It's to me
Not that like they don't need a pass rusher, but like they kind of will survive if they don't get one round 1.
Yeah.
I can't see Harbaugh drafting a receiver that high up either.
Me neither.
Like I want to say Flowers and Bateman were both picks in the early 20s.
Yeah. Wait, Bateman was the first round pick?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I don't remember what draft it was. It might have been
Right.
2021.
2021, first round pick.
I don't know if that's true, but I know he was a first rounder out of Central Michigan, I think.
Yeah,
Out of Minnesota?
27th overall, 2021.
See, man. Yeah, Bateman was a first round pick.
Jeez, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, receiver number 5 when you
He
have
drafted Miles Boykin out of Baylor as a second rounder, I believe.
damn, that guy's career was short.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was on our awesome team in 2019. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
Guys, you want to know something funny?
It has to be funny though.
It better be hilarious.
Okay, secretly, the Go Dogs 13. That's actually my alt account.
No way.
Why did you tell us about this then?
Well, because I had nobody to talk to, so I just thought if I just made another account and then talked to myself, we could get the views, you know?
Or then why did you admit this? Because now everybody knows.
Yeah.
If you ever get really famous, the stream has to get deleted.
Yeah. Because we're gonna all find Go Dogs 13 and like report it.
Yep. I might just do it off the strength.
Mm-hmm. And it's not even just the fact that it's your alt account. It's the fact that you posted a Stetson Bennett highlight. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's worse than having an alt account. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Any quarterback that comes to training camp with like a really shitty haircut and then leaves with a fade, just questions have to be asked.
Yep. It's like Premier League managers having a fade.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Graham Potter.
Graham Potter, Racine, don't need it, man.
No.
Not for me.
But yeah, if the Giants are going to take good defensive players because maybe an offensive lineman would be a reach here, it would have to be Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles. But now you're talking about positional value because like nickel corners / safeties are not a premium position at this point. Neither are linebackers. So you're getting a hell of a player, guy. But this is where that pick number 5, the Giants have to decide: are we taking the wide receiver 2? Are we taking a running back behind a shitty offensive line? Are we reaching for an offensive lineman? Are we taking a non-premium position? Like, there's a lot going on to the Giants.
I know it's very anti-Harbaugh, but you might want to just reach on Carnell Tate or somebody like that.
I mean, yeah, Carnell Tate would give Jackson Dart some solid weapons at receiver. I think they drafted a tight end last year that they like. What do you think, Caden? Do you see them taking Carnell Tate?
Sorry, I can't hear you over the kringle of Peter's. What do they call
Bitch,
it?
you can hear. Shut up.
The tinfoil.
Yeah, some of us have to cook food like adults.
What are you cooking?
Broccoli, chicken thighs, and I'm gonna make some rice.
Classic.
Yes. Chicken and rice.
Classic. All right.
Chicken and rice.
I'm a cultured man.
Giants. Who do you have them taking?
Out of these 3 guys?
Out of anybody. You can pick anyone. You can pick Monroe Freeling if you want.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who the Georgia offensive tackle is? You might be you're
Casual alert. Casual alert.
13 is your
No, I just made that up because I had no other thing to do.
No, I hear that, but Go Dogs is clearly a fraudulent statement.
Because my mom is a Dogs fan. Well, I'm a Dogs fan. My mom is a Dogs fan.
Why are you lying now?
Then it should be her account.
Yeah, how do you have a burner for
my
your team?
parents
You
are
don't
more
even know
college.
offensive
I'm more
linemen.
NFL. so
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, but I know the team. I don't know every single player as on the Bulldogs as I know for the Falcons.
All right. So then you get no votes in this mock draft.
Hey, so if James Pierce Jr. goes to prison, does anybody who bought his jersey get a refund?
They have to because the Patriots set a precedent with that.
True.
But I mean, I know some of these players here. I know Jeremiah Love. I know that's the only one I know out of these three right here. But
Kyle from Houston, Texas says, "Yo, Peter, I'm sure that chicken and broccoli is great, but that's a California meal." This man's thinking about barbecue at all times.
It's Brussels sprouts. It's not broccoli.
oh, Brussels sprouts.
Did I say broccoli?
I
Think
think
so.
so.
Broccoli.
Oh, my bad. It's Brussels sprouts. That's what I've been chopping in half on this board over here. Is Brussels sprouts and chicken like uniquely California?
I don't think so.
I think the thing might be here is that like healthy is the California stereotype in the like
Is that healthy?
avocado smoothie kind of a thing, but also like
Yes.
as a resident of Texas, are you just like eating barbecue every single day?
Yeah, like I gotta ask, like,
Are you eating Mexican food? Or are you eating barbecue food? Like,
I mean,
because I know like Texas is
broccoli with
right by the
rice?
Mexican border.
Does it make any difference knowing that the rice is gonna? I'm probably not even gonna make it. I'm just gonna reheat some Mexican rice from like 3 days ago.
Yes, that's what I do.
Does that change perspective in anybody?
Does that earn Peter more respect in your eyes, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's Californian about this. I guess. Kyle, where do you live?
I think he lives in Houston.
Houston,
Honestly,
Texas.
don't tell me you live in like Kansas or some shit, dude. Don't do that.
Legit.
He said, "I've eaten my share of chicken and rice."
No, I've eaten my share of chicken and rice. Of course, bro. Who hasn't?
It's like the most staple meal in like the Western Hemisphere. I want to say.
Bro, everybody eats. It's like the main meal, bro.
I forget who
Chicken
said
rice.
it, but someone was talking about how like rice could bring the world together. Like it's a very unique thing in the way of like
Yes, because it grows in a lot of climates.
Yep,
and it's cheap to produce.
It's grain. It's a grain.
It's a grain, so like you're checking off food groups there, and it just goes with a lot of shit, dude. Like if you're poor, you can eat a bunch of it and get full. If you're rich and bougie, you can like have it all the different ways that like the poor people make it, and you know it's cool.
Yeah, you can have it with different meals. Like you can just have, like you can. There's like brown rice. There's white rice. There's other Mexican
different
rice.
grains of rice.
I mean, Thailand incorporates rice into desserts. Like you really like look at enough different corners of the world, but they've done everything with rice.
Right, rice is gonna make the world happy again.
Rice pudding. I mean, Mexico does that as well.
True.
But yeah, I guess.
I gotta ask you both because I've had this question in my mind.
California dishes next.
Like, what is your favorite like formation of a Mexican dish?
Formation?
Yes, because
like
there's enchiladas. That's one.
Does the word formation actually mean anything here? Or you asked me what my favorite dish is.
Did you just try to say what's your favorite like form, but you went for like the extra fancy, like you were trying to look smart on the internet?
Does the word formation actually carry any weight in that sentence? Or you asked me what my favorite Mexican dish is?
Yeah, like there's quesadilla, there's an enchilada, burrito,
oh, shit.
There's tacos, there's fajita.
Okay, so my favorite, I guess, dude, street tacos. I don't know, like that'd be my.
What do they call those things at Taco Bell?
I don't know. Don't disrespect me and ask me about Taco Bell, please.
I don't eat Taco Bell food. I've seen those things on the internet. It's like a tortilla and you like put like fold it and stuff.
I do street tacos. I wish they weren't. What are we even talking about?
We're talking. You're describing something from Taco Bell, and I think you might just be describing a burrito. I don't know.
No, it's like a crunch wrap.
Kyle, how is
it's like a crunch wrap
and chicken thighs equating to quinoa salad bowls or chicken bowls?
Wrap.
What's happening?
A crunch wrap. That's what it is.
Crunch wrap.
I've seen them on commercials and for sports. I've never had one.
I mean, they're good, but they're not like, those aren't my favorite. No. I told you street tacos.
What about Alon? What about you?
Yo, it's burritos for me. Like
Yes.
I like
I don't have a
tacos.
favorite. I like them all.
Yo, but I know I like tacos a lot, but
They didn't have a firm opinion.
I've had tacos fall apart like all over my shirt and shit more often than any other food.
Yeah.
That might just me being a messy eater. Like, but you know,
Do you do hard shell
Me?
tacos a lot, or
I
do you
just-
do like culture tacos?
I've done both, but if I were to pick, like, I think I like soft shell more because again, it's like you're not dealing with the crunch and then it falling apart into a bunch of different pieces.
Well, hard shell's a setup. That's why.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You take one bite and it's fucked.
Yeah, I know. That's why I eat soft tacos. Soft shell tacos.
Yeah, hard shell tacos are Tex-Mex. I don't do that shit. I don't believe
I
that.
think for me, it just depends on how I feel that one day.
How often are you eating Mexican food?
Like 2 to 3 times a week.
That's hilarious. I love that. Good for you, man. You eat Mexican food more than I do.
I eat Mexican food a lot, yeah.
Yo, honestly, at 15,
I live
while
with
you're
the half Mexican.
metabolism,
I also eat
You eat
Italian
Mexican
food,
more than
I
I
eat
do.
Asian food. I mean,
yo, at
But
15, while
name-
your metabolism is still fucking everything up that you put in.
Hey,
your
chat, you guys want to see what's in my fridge? Too late. Here we go. Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Poppy's on the door. We got the Chick-fil-A sauce because my girl wanted it.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
We got the condiments we don't really be using. We got the pesto I'm about to bust out and put on my sandwich.
Yeah.
We got nothing much in the fridge. We do
Okay.
got some buffalo chicken dip from Trader Joe's.
Yes,
That's
sir.
serious.
You got that
We got
milk?
lactate in the bottom corner because my girl's lactose intolerant.
Yo, okay. You know what I appreciate about
Alright.
your fridge is that like there's no like crazy like depth where there's shit hidden in the back that you might forget
Yeah.
about. Like, you know, like
It's mad
everything,
Yeah.
Yo,
we're not
everything
gonna
you
talk
food-
about my fridge. We're not gonna talk
Holds a
about my
week of
fridge.
food. It's too small to just hide food.
yo,
Yeah, we're
there's
not-
nothing
we're
that pisses me off more than when you open a fridge and you can smell that this person hasn't checked what's in the back of their fridge in clearly like 7 months.
Yeah,
Oh
we're not
yeah,
gonna talk
people
about my
like that should go to
fridge.
prison.
Legit.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about my fridge.
Bro,
Good.
you
You're
better
probably
not.
a bad person.
I have some
You're out
stuff
here-
behind some stuff. Yeah. Well,
If
it's
you're
just
out here
because
living
my.
like a heathen, then we should not be speaking about it.
It's not that I put stuff behind the thing. It's just because like we have so much food that we don't know where to put it. It's either we put it in our main fridge or our outside fridge in the garage.
Yo, why are you flexing on us like this? You have a main fridge.
You
and
guys got
a
multiple fridges, bro.
I mean, doesn't everybody have a garage fridge?
No,
No, bro. Not everybody has a garage.
bro, there are apartment people out here.
Doesn't everybody have a garage fridge? What in the rural Georgia did I just listen to, bro?
Yo,
Garage.
I've been live streaming today. I've been biking. I haven't gotten sleep today because I was up really late last night streaming.
Yo, okay,
Fine.
I'll say that though.
Early.
I'll say that though. I'm not a big fan of when people chalk things up to being sleep deprived because, like, yo, I feel like being sleep deprived,
I
I'm
was
liable to talk
joking.
less, but I'm not saying anything that like I wouldn't say otherwise.
I was joking. All right.
Nah,
It's just
you're cool.
bro.
You're
I'm just-
cool.
I'm
I just
just
like that's come up
laughing.
a couple times, and I'm always like, what are people talking about?
Yes.
But yeah, garage fridge type. Some of us.
Yes, bro. My grandparents have a garage fridge.
Damn, he said I've been having garage fridges for generations. That's crazy.
He said my whole life.
Yo, my whole lineage has had a garage fridge.
No, my friends have garage fridges.
Yeah, Alam, he called us broke boys. That's crazy.
That's tough. That's tough, man. I don't know how we're
That's
gonna
not crazy.
Garage fridges, bro.
garage fridges, bro.
Look, my fridge only holds about 10 days worth of food, and like to be honest, I only keep like 7 in there max.
So you only eat food. Well, actually, everybody eats food 7 days a week. But
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That follow
What
up
did you
is
think-
gonna be
What
wild.
did you think you were cooking there, my friend?
my friend. Okay. I don't know, my friend. I don't know.
What was he cooking, Alam? What's going on?
I don't think he was cooking anything. Like I think the
I
shit
already-
might have been in his garage fridge. I don't think he was cooking it.
Yeah, we got more.
Yeah,
stuff
I
in
go grocery
there.
shopping every Sunday morning. I get all the food my girl and I are going to need for the week, and that's it. I just do it every week.
Hold on. How early on a Sunday morning?
Let me guess.
I'm
6 a.m.
at Kroger at like 7:30. We call it Ralph's.
My
out
dad.
here. It's branded as Ralph's. It might be Kroger where you're at, though. I don't know.
So hold
And,
on.
I'm at Trader Joe's at 8 o'clock when they open.
So you're getting Chelsea notifications while grocery shopping?
Bruh, we haven't played in that late Sunday window in a minute. So it's really not a problem.
Mm.
What's funny is that my dad does the same thing. He wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, yeah, but he goes to the store at like 7:30, and then he comes back, and then he goes back at like noon for stuff for dinner, and then and
That's
then
crazy.
yeah.
Hold on. But so he's out here grocery shopping for like 2 fridges, it sounds like, making
Ye-
multiple trips.
Well, no,
That's way
because
nonsense.
well, no, because
This is
well,
way
no,
better than mock draft people, by the way. So
well,
if you're in the
well,
comments, you're like, why the fuck aren't they talking about who the Cardinals are going to draft? You can shut the hell up because you don't
Yo,
care.
yo, we're about to like in about maybe 15 minutes, I'm gonna rip off the rest of the draft in like 7 minutes, and we're gonna be out of here
here, give me 1 more minute.
within 20 minutes. So if you guys like draft picks, I don't know, we'll do this next week as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what he does is he in 7:30 he goes and gets food for breakfast if we don't have breakfast food.
Okay.
And then at noon he
Okay.
goes and gets food for the week and for dinner.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then he
okay.
does the same thing. After he picks me and then picks up my sister. So I get out at 3:30. My sister gets out at 4:15. So after he picks up my sister, he goes back to the store to get food for that day night dinner, and he does the same thing until the end of the week is over. And then when he,
Bro,
yeah,
that's just too much work, man. Like, I hear it. Some people like to go to the grocery store more than once in a week, but fuck that.
he goes to the store every single day,
Yo,
except
it
for
sounds like he
Friday,
has like,
There's adults that are like
except
that. I
for
just don't
Friday
really
and
get that.
Saturday.
yo,
Friday and Saturday.
he has like no time in the week to know what you're up to, bro. Like
And
you're
he's
probably
also
out there
cooking
doing all
too.
kinds of wild shit.
He's cooking, cleaning. My mom's working. I'm doing my school stuff, doing YouTube, going outside, playing with my friends,
Shout out to those families that just end up like trying to be as busy as possible to avoid the family.
Yes.
Yep, that's just the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be me when I have a family.
That's gonna be me.
No, I'm
Or
just
go
kidding.
shopping all Sunday.
I'm just kidding. I'm trolling.
Shopping all Sunday. We
Yeah,
can't have family dinner on Sunday because we're all shopping.
I grocery shop at 7:30 in the morning.
I know.
I leave
It
at
was a joke.
7:30. I'm home by 8:30.
Every Sunday we have to have our Sunday dinner. So you see this collared shirt I'm wearing? I'm also
Oh my
wearing
god!
gray.
You gotta get
whatever.
dressed up for dinner in your own house.
No, this is my I don't want to get into
Is it your
detail.
own house?
Yeah.
Like the dinner's at your own place?
No, I'm at my parents' place.
Okay. No, I mean like if you don't dress
Oh,
up.
I know. The assumption is
Well,
you
no,
still
because
live with your
I have
parents.
outfits planned out for each day of the week, every single week.
No, I hear that. What I'm saying though is that like if you're not dressed up for this family dinner on Sunday, do they like not feed you? Like do they
No, they still feed me. I just choose to dress up because I like to look nice on Sundays.
What kind of fuck
Because the
is
church,
that?
I go to online church, and then
wait,
because I don't
what was
like
that?
going in person. I said I go to online church.
Who says it like that?
Tom Grassi.
Grassi says it like that. He talks about online churches.
No, in one of his videos.
He kind of is an online church if you think about it, right? Like
Yeah.
if you have 700K subscribers on YouTube and you just do live streams,
Who Tom Grassi is?
he's an NFL YouTuber that does watch alongs.
So it makes sense that he goes to online church then.
Yeah, he is an online church himself.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're gonna be that into NFL content, like, you just got to start going to church on Saturday. Charge it for the game.
Legit.
Yeah. Well, so I like to look nice on Sundays. So
Or why can't he get up? Hold on.
unless
What
it's
time zone
a
does he live?
football week, unless it's a football
What
season,
time
then I
does he
wear
live in?
trashy.
What
Falcons
time zone
outfits.
is Tom Grassi in?
Yeah.
He's an hour behind me.
He's in Green. Is he in Green
Central
Bay?
time?
Yeah, he's in
Central?
Wisconsin. He used to live in New York, so he was at the same time. But now he
Wait,
moves,
so
so
games
he's-
don't start till noon?
yeah,
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, bro. If you don't get out there at 8:30 and hit church before the games, I don't know what to tell you.
Because church is at 9:30.
His church is at 9:30, bro. Get a bigger church where it's at 8:30. Even still, you'd be all right.
Well, they have a 9:30 service and then they have a 10:30 service.
You guys will be all right. Hit
Well,
church
the church
games in the
that's
afternoon,
literally
you'll be
across the
good.
street from my house neighborhood.
Oh.
I live in a big neighborhood.
Flex on us some more, why don't you?
Because I had the big
that
fur
part
coat
we
change.
kind of figured out. That part we kind of figured out a little
Yeah,
bit.
bro. They probably all got garage fridges.
Yeah, everybody in my neighborhood has a garage fridge.
That makes sense. I get it.
Even the house that the big Kurt Cochains was living in.
I ain't mad at it.
I went to the house sale the other day. I was riding my bike the other day because I just started riding my
How
bike
much
for the
was the
first
house?
time in a year.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, how much was
house.
Kirk Cousins' crib?
Crap. I didn't go into his house, but I saw the garage fridge.
Bruh,
Because I didn't want to be that person that like
how much is
wants
that
to
house
be-
worth? We don't care about his garage.
I forgot because it's already
Is
been
it
sold. I think it was like
$4,500?
like a thousand. No, not 1,000. It was like
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it was
damn, Georgia real estate isn't that good.
It was like 8 or 9,000. I forget. I don't remember the exact
800 or
numbers.
900,000 is what
I
you
don't
mean?
I don't remember the exact number. All
You're
I
gonna
remember
ask a
seeing an
teenager
8
about
and a
home.
9.
He's not
What?
gonna know, bruh. Never mind.
It was like an 8 or a 9
Never mind.
or a 6 or a
Not gonna
7
know, chat.
or a 6 or a 7.
Ooh, okay. Well,
But,
those are 4 different numbers.
Yeah, there's no way.
Why did I ask a teenager about home prices?
you know how much my house was worth?
No, you don't even know. Why would I even?
That's right. I actually don't even know.
Of course.
You.
I don't even know any of the other prices of the houses.
Why would you know home pricing?
Yeah, why would I know that?
I don't know. You're like 16. You're not
Next time,
That's
ask
good.
though. When at the next family dinner, just ask your
You just
family.
ask straight up, like, what is our interest rate on the house?
Yeah.
Just-
Well, ask them how much equity you have in the home.
No, just ask them what the interest rate is.
okay, equity.
And then
Yeah,
they give you
interest rate.
They give you a low number in the twos. Ask them how much it cost to refinance when they did it.
So what happens if I want to go buy a house? Then I'll know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, part A of going to buy a house is having money.
Well, yeah, then you got to get a job, and then you got to do that, and then you get paid, and you get refunded
It's
because you have to
paid
give
money too,
taxes. Taxes and tip and tax.
I mean, taxes are kind of, that happens, bro.
It's
You're
part
going
of
to
life.
pay taxes whether you like it or not.
It's up there with death.
Yeah, it is what it is, brother.
Mm.
If you work a normal job, a W-2 job, they call it, you get that shit taken out before it even gets to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I went to military,
Oh,
my dad
Peter.
did.
So no, Caden and Jared were in a basketball live stream a couple of days ago, and someone in my chat was like, "Yo, if y'all got drafted for the military, would you go to boot camp or run to Canada?" And they both said that they would run to Canada.
Hey, you guys are fake Americans, bro. Don't run from the smoke. Don't run.
What would you do? What would you do, huh?
I'm not going. What?
I thought you
You
said that you
think-
had to be a real American.
I'm pulling up to Islamabad or wherever the fuck they want to send me to die because niggas don't want to let niggas to the Strait of Hormuz. What the fuck
Yeah.
does that have to do with me?
Facts.
What does that have? How am I going to fix that, bro?
I don't know. You're like what,
I already
like
bombed
30?
damn near half the country. They didn't
You're like
fix shit. They just
39,
made it work.
29. I don't know.
Legit.
What are you like 39 years old?
No, I'm 29. But
There you
what would
go.
me
You're the
being
same
a
age as
fix?
all of them.
No, for sure. But what he's asking is, what is he gonna? How is he gonna be able to help the
You guys don't
situation?
understand. We could put 50,000 Marines on Clark Island. What
Yep.
is that going to fix?
Yeah, my dad was a Marine, so
Yeah.
shout out my dad.
You know
Shout
what?
out my dad.
Congrats to him, but ask him what would that fix if we put 50,000 Marines on Clark Island and said this shit's ours now and just did it for a photo op? That wouldn't fix anything.
Mm-hmm.
Take a group picture and come back.
Yeah, literally. The state would still be closed, bruh. There's nothing we could do. I'm not going over there, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, group selfie, everybody.
Basically.
I barely even got that's the photo of that. That's not
What's that a
even great.
photo of?
It was just a joke. It was to take a selfie of everybody. I deleted it because it was just me swiping.
The
and
real
stuff.
talk, guys, if I got drafted, I would make them aware of my knee issue and I'd
Yeah.
probably get to skip service.
Hell yeah.
Eagles. Boom.
But yeah, that would be what I would do in all seriousness. I'm not going over there, bro.
Are you a fan of the band The Eagles?
No. I get that question from old white men every time I go grocery shopping, man.
And now young white men.
Yup. Hey, man. At least there's some. At least there's
Barrel.
some continuity amongst the whites. That's good.
Do you know the song? I can't tell you why.
I don't. You're gonna ask
Well,
me about other white
there's your inner
You're
millennial, bro.
gonna ask me
Inner
about other white
millennial.
people music, and I'm gonna continue to say no, but we can continue.
Bro, your inner millennial is raising out,
Is it
rising out, bro. The inner
Is it?
millennial, bro.
inner millennial? Because why?
Yeah, because all you guys did, like you guys were the ones that started the memes, right?
We started the memes.
Yes, the
I
millennial
know.
started the marine
In the
memes.
form that you consume memes, probably, but like, did we start like inside jokes and cultural references for funnies? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say like people posting online shit that inside jokes and stuff like that. We didn't start that, but like, I mean,
You guys were the first generations to have a phone. Not
well,
like
it
I
depends
know
at what
all
age.
phones,
It depends
but,
at
like,
what age you're talking about. Because like,
In the way that you have a phone, yes, but like actually, no.
I didn't have a phone until high school, so I was like
Same.
living a
You
not
2011 or 2012, right, Alam?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Around
that's the
that
thing. Like, I didn't get a smartphone
I
until
was 1 years
I
old,
was
bro.
20. I didn't get a smartphone until I was 17.
Yep.
So it's 2013. I got my first iPhone.
So like I know like distinctly that when I got to high school, phones weren't that common. Some people had them, but like vast majority didn't. And then by the end of high school, everybody had.
Everybody had them.
Yep.
The iPhone 4 in 2012 changed everything.
Yeah, so that like everybody experienced that at a different time. Obviously, like there's a point where there's no memory of pre-phones, but even people a little bit younger than me are gonna have some memory of no phones.
Yeah, for sure. I remember
Wait.
the phone when I was little.
Wait, what about the "What's up, brother"? That stuff?
Who is that? What is that?
I don't know what you're
Sketch,
talking
bro.
about.
Sketch?
A sketch? I've missed that sketch. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You don't know Sketch?
Nah.
Here's a weird one for knowing.
Okay, well he's no longer a thing.
He's no longer alive. What happened?
No, I'm talking about like nobody like remembers him because it's old news.
If I died and nobody remembered me, that would suck.
No, he didn't die. Just
I know what happened.
everybody forgot. But his signature Sketch the streamer. He always went like, "What's up, brother?"
You know, if everybody forgot, my next question has to be, why are you bringing him up?
Because you guys are millennials, and I have a millennial cousin, and he knows what that is.
Yeah, but how old is your cousin? How old is your cousin?
29.
Is he 40 or is he 30?
He's 29.
Okay, so like, yes, you have a millennial cousin, but like, he's a
He
younger
already has a
millennial.
So
right on the fringe.
you have a suburban Georgian millennial cousin, right? Peter's from California. I'm from Toronto. Like, different cultural backdrops.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a few different Americas we're talking about here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of different Americas and quite literally a not America.
Yeah, also like whatever Alam's is, but I would anticipate Toronto culture is more similar to mine than our cultures are similar to your cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong though. Like, I didn't grow up watching Georgia football. I always thought the hedges around the stadium were dumb as fuck, and I still do.
Are they dumb, Caden? What do you think about them?
I don't even know.
Wait. This guy is definitely a Georgia casual.
Wait, hold on,
Caden, hold on. How do we know you're not from South Carolina?
Let's talk about it. How do we know you're not from Mississippi?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can show you on a map that I'm from Georgia.
Anybody can send a link to anything.
I'm in a Georgia house. I'm in a Georgia room. And
with no knowledge of the hedges.
Okay, I cheer for Georgia, but I mean I know what the hedges. The hedges do not look dumb.
Hey, no hedges, no Monroe Freeling, man.
I actually like the hedges. They stand out the stadium. Like
fellow Georgia people, your legacy got questioned, and one of your own let you down.
I'm not from South Carolina.
Instead of getting mad at me, get mad at him. He's the one who allowed it.
Yeah, everybody has to get mad at Peter now, bro. Peter.
I don't don't care
We're
if the
sorry.
12 people in the state of Georgia get mad at me, brother.
No,
It's
what?
fine.
We're not. Nobody's allowed to get mad at Peter because Peter taught me about time zones
And interest.
Yeah.
and interest rate.
And how to
Hey,
not.
man, I talked about interest. We're getting you into home prices.
Yes.
You're developing a fine young man. That's all I say. Your parents are welcome.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. What was the gift card thing that you told me about, or the credit card?
Credit card.
Credit card interest?
Compound interest.
Yeah. You said that I should ask my parents about getting a card.
When you turn 18, yeah, to establish credit, like pay off a balance every month, have it be like your subscriptions or your gas or whatever, like recurring expense you have. Make sure to pay it in full. Establish a line of credit from a young age. That'll help you in your 20s and 30s.
Okay.
But don't view your balance as free money.
So
Some people
serious
get themselves
business.
Yeah,
Serious.
but I mean, you're a few years away from that. You'll be all right.
I'm 3.
You're 3?
Yeah.
3 years away?
Till 18.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you'll be fine, dude. I don't know.
Mhm.
So in the meantime, get some hoes, do whatever high school kids do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't see how that could be bad advice.
Yo,
Like,
so
what do
Peter,
high school kids do?
I don't know. I haven't been in high school for 12 years. Don't ask
What,
me.
like, play football with friends, play video games, do
You're
homework?
asking me, a 29-year-old man, what high schoolers do. How am I supposed to answer that?
I actually have a friend who's 29 years old.
you shouldn't.
That's weird. That's probably a little weird.
He's my cousin.
Then he's your cousin.
Okay, well, that's different. Okay. I guess that's cool.
But yeah, Caden, so you got the game plan, right? You're gonna ask them about equity. You're gonna ask them about the interest rate on the home. You're gonna ask about a credit card at 18.
Hold on, give me a second. I need to.
Yeah, make the notes before we wrap up. Make the notes.
I got it. Notes.
What a stream, boys. What a funny time.
Yeah,
All right, cool. All right.
a lot of lessons were learned.
I made my dinner
Okay.
and I made my lunch
Alright.
for tomorrow.
So you said interest.
Interest on the home.
Interest in general, but
Yo,
interest on the home as well.
Yo, watch
Okay, and
your
then you
cash
said
out the
equity,
home,
right?
home mortgage.
You said equity.
Equity in the home.
Okay, same thing. Okay, and then and then you said
Getting
Yo,
a credit
along.
card at 18.
getting a credit card.
I've been buying whatever protein is just cheapest or reduced price at
Yeah.
Kroger.
Yeah.
And this shit's working out for me, man.
All right, and then
I got 4 boneless chicken thighs weighing like 2.5 pounds for like $3.10 the other week.
Nice.
And I just had them chilling in the
18.
freezer until today.
all right, so just those 3 things.
Just those 3 things for now.
All right, okay, I'll keep that in mind.
All right. So you know what to do now.
I have my notes.
Cool. We're just gonna rip through. I'm gonna rip through a bunch of picks right now. We're gonna wrap up in the next 10 minutes. Shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Peter, you have anything else for Caden to do?
Nah, man. I don't know.
Do high
life.
schooler shit.
Great.
Do fun high schooler shit.
Okay,
Yeah, man. Enjoy your
get the
life.
grades out.
You'll be
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
All right. Well, it was nice talking. I gotta head out because it's
Okay.
getting really late.
All right.
Damn.
I guess I'll see you guys later. Oh, quick.
Yeah.
I'll be live next Saturday for the final 4 games. So if you're able to join there, and then we'll be live for the national championship.
Hey, man. Duke lost in the most heartbreaking way possible, and
That was
that makes me
glorious.
happy.
That was
That's
glorious, man.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan.
John Shire is just white privilege Doc Rivers without a championship.
So if you're able to join, I'll be live on Saturday and then
Sure.
Monday.
Sounds good. I'll let you know. As of now, I have plans for Saturday, but if that gets canceled, then I'll be home watching basketball. So,
And
I'll
then
let you-
Monday, national championship.
yeah,
I know
Monday,
Peter will be there. Peter will be
national
there.
championship on Easter Monday. Man.
Monday? I'm not gonna lie,
Easter
you're
Monday.
tripping, brother. My girlfriend
Easter
is
Monday,
happy with
bro.
it. I'm
Easter.
not committing to a Monday evening stream.
It's at 8:30.
I'm only here because she's not here, to be honest.
Wait, that would be 5:30 for you.
Yes.
Yeah. The time isn't the issue. We're not both coming home from working all day just for me to stream with you about basketball.
About a bunch of players that he probably hasn't watched like ever.
Yeah, I don't care, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I might be in the chat for a little bit, but like, that's almost definitely not. I can tell you right
That's
now.
all I need. All I need is the views. That's all I need.
If I see Go Dogs 13 in the chat, I'm reporting.
Okay,
Facts.
he might not be in the next stream.
All right, we better
He
not.
might not be in a stream for a while. He's taking his YouTube time off now.
YouTube time off. What a concept.
All right, I will see you later.
Take care. I think we ended up giving the Giants Carnell Tate because we didn't really know what was going on. Cleveland Browns. I heard one of their beat writers say they're going receiver and offensive tackle with their 2 picks because they have the Jags pick. That kind of makes sense. They went defensive tackle in the first round last year. They already have Myles Garrett. Like, the defensive side of the ball is in much better shape. The weird thing about Cleveland is it looks like they're running it back next year with Gabriel, Shador, and Deshaun Watson. So talk about a fucking shit show of a quarterback room. But if you're going to have a quarterback room like that, you better have an offensive line. Have we picked Maui Goa yet? Yes, we. Wait, hold on. Did we? Why can't I scroll back? All right, this is whack. If we're going to go offensive line, at this point, it's probably Fano. And then receiver, regardless at this point, is a bit of a reach with Carnell Tate off the board. So we're good for offensive tackle?
Yeah.
Okay. Washington Commanders, right? The oldest team in the league last year. They have 3 picks in the top 100. So this team is like, they can't be thinking short term. They just can't afford to. With that being said, hold on. Quickly, before we do this, Peter, did you see that the Raptors went on a 31-0 run today?
I did.
That's unprofessional from the Magic. Like,
that's very, very unserious.
Like, there's no way. Like, this isn't even about the Raptors to me. Like, because this team should not be good enough to do that to anybody. The Orlando Magic, like, may have been, like I was talking about early in the game, like, they must have been drinking last night. Like, they must have been doing coke lines last night.
No, 31-0 is very, very deeply unserious. Like, the NBA will never fight the should we take this regular season series serious allegations.
Yeah.
Like, there's just too many things that happen where I'm like, this isn't real.
Yeah. And it's not even like Orlando is a tanking team. They're relatively healthy. They have a ton to play for because Raptors and Magic were 2 games apart, and they were 1-1 in the season series so far. So this was the tiebreaker game.
The tiebreaker, yeah.
And they showed up and just played like shit. Like, I don't like check everyone's bank accounts immediately.
Hey, man, they might be on the fucking Jonte Porter.
Yep.
That poor guy, man. That guy ruined his career, and his brother's rich.
That's just a wild-ass family.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
That's a crazy family, dude. And I think they have a sister that tore her ACL like 4 times, and that's like the least insane thing in the family.
Damn. Poor guys. What team are on? Cleveland? No, we just did Cleveland.
We did Cleveland. We're on the Commanders.
Okay.
Again, I don't think running back makes a ton of sense because you're not going to be good on the rookie deal, or at least the first year of the rookie deal. Like, that's the point of getting Jeremiah Love.
That would be like some Commander shit to do, though.
That's true. So the thing is, they signed a bunch of mid in the running back room. So I don't know if
then never mind.
So honestly, whatever you think of in your head after like the sentence I just said about a bunch of mid, nothing will match up to their running back room is now, where is it? Rashad White, Jerome Ford, Jacoby Krosky Merritt, and Jeremy McNichols.
Isn't Krosky Merritt the guy they drafted last season?
Yeah, 7th round pick last year who had this weird NCAA gap year thing. He was okay. He was fine. But again, they definitely signed 2 bodies to at least just like make the roster, I think.
Was Rashad White the main running back in Tampa?
Bucky Irving took his job.
Okay. That's why I was like, I haven't heard that name for a minute.
Yep.
Jerome Ford was the backup in Cleveland, right? He was like running back number 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't actually.
No, this
Is
is
there like a tackle they can reach on?
so they took offensive tackle last year and they drafted or traded for.
Oh, and they traded for Tunsil. That's right.
Yeah, so they're not going tackle.
Ooh, it wouldn't make sense to slot somebody in at guard that high up either.
Nope. They could go receiver because as of right now, their wide receiver 2 is Traylon Burks. So that's definitely on the table. They could go edge rusher because they kind of took the running back approach to edge rusher. They got a bunch of rotational, like they got a Dafe Owe for $100 million.
Did they?
4 years, $100 million for Dafe Owe.
Oh shit.
Yep. And then Clavon Cason was a rotational guy from New England, and Omenahu has been a rotational guy on the Chiefs and the Niners for years. Like they just got a bunch of honestly edge rusher 3s in their edge rushing room. So
if they go high on an edge, who's there at this point in this draft?
It's either Bain or the next guy would know. I think Bain is the only one left. Keldrick Falk should be going in the 20s. So it's not a great edge rusher spot unless you love Bain. And they might love Bain. Who knows?
Let's just give him Ruben Bain, man.
All right. Ruben Bain to the Commanders. That's some Commander shit. New Orleans Saints. Fresh
Love.
Hold on, though. They signed ETN for like $15 million.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
But then also at the point of the draft we're at, bro, the Chiefs signed Kenneth Walker too. So geez, I don't know. I don't know if this is. I can't see it being a trade up spot. Well, okay, would Cincinnati take Jeremiah Love?
Didn't they just get Chase Brown 2 years ago?
So Chase Brown's going into the last year of his deal.
Oh, yeah, I could see Cincinnati doing it.
That would be the most Cincinnati shit ever, man. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Jeremiah Love, and no offensive line.
I could see it.
I
don't even think that's necessarily a terrible idea.
Hey, I mean, you got to make Joe Burrow's life as easy as possible because that guy's getting hurt almost every year at this point.
The bigger issue is their defense.
True. So for the Saints, if we're saying they don't go Love, they could go linebacker. They could go Downs. There's a couple corners that are probably going to enter the conversation.
Give him Caleb Downs. Isn't he supposed to be like Kyle Hamilton?
More or less, yeah. Like defensive player that can play all over the place. Sure, we'll give them Downs. Kansas City Chiefs. I think this shit has to be if it's not edge rusher anymore, but they traded away McDuffie, so it could be corner or it could be offensive line because they haven't really made they haven't replaced their right tackle yet.
I can see them reaching on an O lineman.
Yeah.
Because they have Humphrey at center, and they have
Trey Smith at one guard spot. They went offensive tackle in the first round last year for Simmons. He had a weird absence from the team. But yeah, Jawan Taylor was garbage for them at right tackle. The thing is they let him go, but they haven't replaced him yet. So they do need an offensive tackle. They also, again, they do need an edge rusher. They need a corner as well. So they could go a few different spots. Kenyon Sadiq is a tight end that has to go at some point. He's good at blocking and catching, but it's definitely not high. It can't be high enough for the Chiefs on their needs list. If we're gonna make a move for them here, I think I wouldn't mind. There's gonna be corners because they have the Rams pick now from the McDuffie trade, so they could go corner at 29. The thing is, I think offensive tackle is more likely to not be there at 29.
Oh, for sure.
If they're gonna think about it that way. So,
what about that guy from Georgia?
Monroe Freeling? We can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gave them an offensive tackle. Bengals, we're giving them Jeremiah Love?
Yep.
Oh, man.
That's like some Bengals shit. Don't overthink it. If he falls to 10 and nobody trades up, they're just going to take him.
Okay, Miami Dolphins, clearly a team that's tanking. I don't know why they gave Malik Willis money if they're planning to do what they did.
I don't know. You have to see the guarantees and stuff are structured.
I mean, the thing is like it's not a crazy deal from the standpoint of like they can obviously get out of it. They're paying Tua 100 mil basically to leave, so they would definitely pay Malik Willis like 15 if need be. It's just more like if the plan is to tank, like you're almost giving Malik Willis no shot because as of right now they have like no receivers. Their best receiver is Tutu Atwell
because they traded everybody, but they'll draft either Lemon from USC or there's a guy from Arizona State, right?
There's a guy from Arizona State. The other thing I remember them saying is the GM came out and said that like basically he knows Miami has like a history of not doing well in cold weather, and he thinks like the only way to like counteract that is to build a big physical football team because it's like the cold might slow down fast players, but the cold doesn't make big guys not strong. So I don't know exactly how that translates into the pick here. They could definitely like go offensive line. Like their roster doesn't have many spaces where they couldn't go.
Yeah, because they fucking traded everybody.
Bingo. So it's like if you're thinking best player available, like probably
is the linebacker from Ohio State. Like, is he a middle linebacker?
Yeah, he's a middle linebacker. He's supposed to be like one of the best prospects in years. Like really, really good middle linebacker. Apparently, again, it's just a positional versatility, a positional value thing.
No, I get you. I would take him. Why not if you're Miami? Like, but I get giving Malik Willis that deal.
Mm-hmm.
I get that because like you got to look at the quarterbacks that are coming in the draft the next year or two.
Yeah,
there's no guarantee that those guys within a year or two of being drafted are a better talent than Malik Willis is right now.
So Malik Willis will be 40 mil dead cap next year if they choose to move away from him. And I doubt that they would. The thing about Malik Willis is that like, so let's say he shows up next year and has a bad year.
This is basically a 2-year deal.
Yeah, it's a 2-year deal. And the way I look at it, like, I don't think Malik Willis would have a bad year and then be like, well, you got to trade me because I'm a starter and I need to start. Like, if he has a bad year, I could see him being a backup to a young quarterback on that second year. Like, he could go from your potential long-term starter to your bridge guy pretty quickly.
And depending on how much cash the owner wants to put forth in like a renegotiated deal,
yeah,
you can get that cap hit way down by just handing him a few more million. Like, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I just think if you're trying to be ass and be in the draft slots for a QB and play the lottery, there's no guarantee you have like a Caleb Williams, Drake May class like anytime soon.
See, I guess the idea there is that like, what are you willing to do to make sure that you have a top 2 to 3 pick? And I guess it depends how you feel about Arch Manning and Sayin and there's a quarterback on Cincinnati. So there's 4 quarterbacks that are expected to go in like the first round / top 10 next year. It depends how you feel about them. My thing is like when you look at the Jets, they got Geno Smith. That to me like secures them the top pick basically. If not, it secures them like second overall. There's just like a weird middle ground where like Malik Willis might win you a couple games to get you at like 5th overall, but then also not good enough to like inspire you as like the guy long term. Like I just think given the fact that they stripped the roster down, Malik Willis, I don't think you're putting him in a position where you can get the best out of what he is as a player. And you're not really in the best position to tank either. So we'll see what happens. If I was them, I would have gone for Geno Smith.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I just really think they're because one of the guys, if they got the guy they hired for GM was one of the guys from Green Bay, right?
Yeah. So they got the defensive coordinator and the assistant GM from Green Bay. They have.
So it stands to reason the assistant GM played a role in signing Malik Willis twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really like him.
Yeah, no, I guess that's his guy. It's just
there's no reason to hang him out and be like a sacrificial lamb. But at the same time, they were just like, hey, we need to get rid of Tua and all these guys, so we'll just suck this year.
Yeah.
It's like taking all the pain in 1 year instead of like 3 or 4.
Right. Hey, big up, Jez. I'm late, but I'm gonna rewatch it back. Look forward to the draft. Hey, there's like a good 45 minutes. You do not have to rewatch. Bro.
Yeah, you kind of don't have to.
We were talking about all of Caden's life decisions and like what we typically eat for dinner. You can definitely skip past that shit. Like, we got back to the draft like 10 minutes ago. We gave the Dolphins Sonny Styles. Dallas Cowboys. This has to be defense.
Would hope so.
If they're going
defense, it is Jerry Jones, so
that's true. That's true.
He's 6 years older than Donald Trump. You never know.
I'm trying to think of like if they were to go offense. Honestly, the only offensive pick to make is Kenyon Sadiq, like the tight end, because drafting a third receiver would be fucking insane. Like I don't even think Jerry Jones would draft a third receiver.
Drafting a third receiver after franchise tagging Pickens would be mad funny.
Yeah, if you draft a third receiver at that point, like I'm assuming a Pickens trade is happening.
They gotta seriously draft a corner, right?
Yes, we can give them the best corner here. Okay. Next team, the Rams. This is their only pick until like the end of the second. So this is like their one shot to address like a premium need. But if you look at their roster, they don't have like a crazy need. There's a lot of talk about their interest in receiver because Devontae is obviously old and you're going to pay Puka and you probably want to line up Puka's deal with a rookie contract. So that's where all the hype is. But yeah, I mean, the Rams are kind of in a cushy spot. My understanding of these players is that Mekhi Lemon is like Amon-Ra St. Brown, kind of a slot receiver that can get a lot of volume. Maybe he doesn't make all the plays.
They already have one of those.
Right. So that doesn't really feel like a great kind of a fit with Puka, even though he's a USC receiver. And like sometimes people care about shit like that. Jordan Tyson, pretty great. A lot of injury issues. Maybe if you're the Rams and you have the luxury of him being your wide receiver 3, you think that, you know what, like, he doesn't have to play a ton of snaps or anything. But he's pretty good.
Dude. I picked 13, drafting a wide receiver 3 for next season. Because, like, if you're the Rams, you have to be thinking, how are we winning a Super Bowl next season?
How are they winning? Okay, so I think if they're thinking about that, it might be offensive tackle just because their offensive tackle retired and their right tackle retired. And I think, let me see who the replacement is. The fuck is L? Okay, their right tackle right now is a 5th round pick from 2023, Warren McClendon. So I doubt that they want to put Stafford behind a random guy at right tackle. If we're going to go offensive tackle here, we probably have to go for Caden Proctor. DJ Humphries is asked, is he on the team? Okay, no. So basically everything here, left tackle to right guard, is what they had last year. The difference is their right tackle retired. So we can give them Caden Proctor. I'm cool with that. For those of you who didn't watch Alabama, they had that motherfucker taking Wildcat snaps, bro. That team was asked for a reason last year. Baltimore Ravens. That's
off the top of my head, you have an edge. You have a second-year edge on the other side. You have Matabike, assuming he's going to play. You have 2 tackles. You got the guard positions figured out. You're probably not drafting a center round 1. We're probably drafting Kenyon Sadiq.
Okay, true.
So I had to guess.
You line up Mark Andrews is the big deal with a rookie deal, so you got pretty good value there from your tight
end. And we only have like 2 tight ends on the roster currently, and one of them's like a blocking tight end dude we signed from. Hold on, it was a white dude. Let me think.
Let me find it. Baltimore.
The guy from the Dolphins. Durham Smythe, I think.
Durham Smythe. Yep. Yeah, you guys have 2 tight ends on the roster. Mark Andrews, Durham Smythe. Both 30 plus. Because the players in all caps are players that are over 30.
Yeah, so Mark Andrews has his new deal. My guess is they draft Sadiq at tight end.
Interesting call. Yeah, that would be cool from the standpoint of like, because Mark Andrews can block, right?
Yeah, he can block pretty well.
So you got 2 tight ends that can block and run routes. Gives you a ton of versatility when you put them on the field.
Just don't think they reach on Lemon at 13.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I
wouldn't hate it if they did, though.
It's also tough because I don't really know much about the offensive coordinator, considering that
he's a guy. He was like the OC from the Bears, right, or the assistant OC.
Yeah, he's been on Sean Payton and Ben Johnson's staff for like his whole coaching career, and like those are 2 pretty prominent offensive coaches. Like I'm not assuming Declan Doyle is out there doing like I'm not assuming that I'm seeing Declan Doyle's like offense when I watch those 2 offenses. Like that's Sean Payton's offense and Ben Johnson's offense. So like he's just an unknown. We don't know like what his style is like.
My guess is we need a tight end. Yeah, another receiver would be nice, obviously. But like
Yeah.
past Sadiq, I don't really see like tight ends available in this draft. And the Ravens have drafted tight ends in round 1 before. They drafted Hayden Hurst in the same draft they drafted Lamar.
Yep.
I want to say they drafted Dennis Pitta way back in the day in round 1. It was either him or Ed Dixon got drafted in round 1. I don't remember which one.
Come to think of it, they've had 2 tight ends for more or less as long as I remember.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of 2 tight end sets. Yeah, I would take them. Figure it out.
So we got Kenyon Sadiq to Baltimore. Tampa Bay is up next. Tampa Bay, well, they lost Mike Evans, but I think they basically replaced him last year with Emeka Egbuka. They paid their tight end. There's not another tight end to take anyways. If they're going anywhere offensively, I think it's probably offensive line. But at this point, there's not great value unless you're taking a guard, and then the value becomes you take him at 15. But this guard is really, really good, apparently. It's the only interior lineman worth considering in round 1. But beyond that, the offensive tackle would be Lomu, and they talk about him being a guy in the 20s. The value here would be receiver, but again, they went receiver last year. They could go corner, I think. Let me make sure they don't have a bunch of corners already. Well, shit, they have a 3rd round pick from 2024, a 3rd round pick from 2025, and then I know they paid this guy Zion McCollum. So, I mean, shit, maybe they go pass rusher, because I know they could definitely use an edge. Want to give them Messidor, edge rusher from Miami?
Sure.
All right. Bucks go edge because they don't really have anyone. Jets 2nd pick. We gave them an edge rusher already.
One of the receivers.
One of the receivers? Okay. We can give them Lemon. Because Glenn came from Detroit and this off Amon-Ra's the comp. That makes sense. Detroit's actual pick, and I think this has to be, I think it kind of has to be offensive line.
Sure, I don't hate it.
The offense is going to start getting expensive when they pay Gibbs, and they lost their left tackle, as is last year. They lost a couple interior linemen. They haven't really replaced anyone with like a great player. So like them taking the guard here, I could see it happening, especially because, bro, this is the team that took the running back and the linebacker, Gibbs and Campbell, in the 1st round and had everybody writing think pieces about positional value. So if you're going to talk about a team that doesn't care, it's Detroit. So we'll give them the guard. Minnesota. Kyler's Minnesota Vikings.
They still have Justin Jefferson. They lost one of the receivers, Naylor, right?
Yeah, they lost their wide receiver 3, depending on how you look at Addison.
Kevin O'Connell's a freak. He'll sign Jordan Tyson or Jalen Tyson or whatever his name is.
You want to give him a receiver?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay, Jordan Tyson to the Vikings, and they have Tyson, Addison, Jefferson, and Hawkinson. They just have all the sons.
Okay.
It's their organizational values. Carolina Panthers. This team signed an edge rusher and a linebacker in free agency, but they didn't do much else. So you talk about spending a bunch of money on defense. That tells me that they're going to go offense. Unless I don't know. Maybe they feel like the defense is what they had to fix. But I think their left tackle tore his patella tendon in the playoff game, so he's out here. And they signed a guy who started for Green Bay. I think the guy that they signed started for Green Bay all of last year, but he signed a 1-year deal. It's a small money deal. It wouldn't stop them from actually getting a good offensive lineman. But if they go offense, I think that's where they go. They've just gone receiver back-to-back years with Leggett and McMillan. They're not going quarterback, obviously. Like, it's either offensive line or defense, and I wouldn't be surprised if they pull the trigger on a tackle. The thing about Lomu is Lomu can basically play like all 5 spots. So you can take him, maybe if you need him at left tackle, it's fine. And then when their guy comes back, he can kick inside. So I would give them Lomu.
Okay.
All right. Cowboys 2nd pick.
What do we have them do with their first defense?
I think we gave him a corner.
Okay.
We gave them the best corner in the draft.
Do they need a safety?
Yeah, they could honestly they could draft anything on defense.
Give him an edge then.
Okay, we'll take Keldrick Fogg. Pittsburgh in the first round. So Pittsburgh under Mike McCarthy, they still don't have Aaron Rodgers, but the assumption is that they're going to get him. Offensively, like they got what's it called? They got Rico Dowdle to pair with Jalen Warren. So that's their running back room, I think. At receiver, they got Michael Pittman. So I think Pittman and Metcalf, they're fine there. At tight end, Darnell Washington and Freiermuth. So it's either offensive line or defense.
Probably defense, because their defense is old as shit.
Mm-hmm. If they're gonna go defense, let me see if they made a corner edition. Yeah, their defense was old as fuck last year. Okay, they got Jamel Dean from Tampa Bay with Joey Porter Jr. and then this guy in the slot. They could definitely go corner. They got a couple safeties. They're probably gonna go with Brisker from Chicago and Jalen Ramsey at safety, but I can see them going corner. At edge, they got guys in terms of like you're probably rostering Watt, Sawyer, Herbig, and Highsmith, but like you said, it's an aging room. You probably are gonna have to come up off of somebody's contract soon. I still think they could go edge round one. They went defensive tackle round one last year, so I don't see them going back to back.
Is there a corner they can?
Yeah, definitely they could go corner.
Yeah, I could see them like stacking their secondary with like younger bodies because they have a Joey Porter Jr. on one side. I could see them putting that guy on the other side.
All right, we'll take
because like the Steelers, it would make sense to stockpile edges in anticipation of coming off moves.
Yeah,
but the Steelers like don't kick the can down the road in that way. They always try to like fake like really win, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't see them using their round one pick on anything other than the other smart thing to do would be like if they actually believe in Ty Simpson, they should draft him.
Right.
But like Aaron Rodgers, this might just be me galaxy braining it, but the reason he hasn't committed is because maybe he thinks they'll fucking do that shit and he doesn't want to be mentoring anybody serious.
That's true. I don't think he's here to potentially be a backup. And like they drafted Will Howard last year, but that doesn't.
Well, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be a backup. I just don't think he wants to do the mentor thing again.
Right. That makes sense.
Even though, like, I don't think he wants to play more than 1 year, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, so his point in Green Bay was that he's like, well, if we're in a Super Bowl window, like it would be awesome to draft somebody that could help. Like the idea is that the quarterback isn't helping. So I could see him having the same thought process with Pittsburgh. We gave Pittsburgh the corner. We'll see if they get Rodgers done. The Chargers are next. The Chargers are.
I would assume they get Rodgers. Otherwise, they're fucked. Everything they did in the offseason was for Rodgers to come back.
So if they don't get Rodgers, I think they're in a weird spot where they need Kirk Cousins more than anyone in this offseason has needed anyone. And I just think that's a funny position to get caught in a battle with Kirk Cousins when he has all the leverage.
He's a free agent, right?
He's a free agent, and I don't think there's any other free agents because Flacco got signed, Andy Dalton got traded. Like there is no one left in free agency but Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins, I'm pretty sure. Actually, we can look that up right now.
There's no other free agent quarterbacks?
Like somebody
like actual player?
Like, yeah. Let me see.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that.
All right, NFL free agents, quarterbacks available. Yeah, so you're talking Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. Russell Wilson, but they had the issues there. And then there is Tyrod Taylor and Jimmy G. So you know what? I mean, like, I don't think you could trot Tyrod there as a day one starter, but I think you could fuck around and do it with Jimmy G because,
the Steelers? Hell no. They can't sell Jimmy G to their fans.
Yeah, man, look at this list. Like, after Rodgers and Cousins, like, they can't do Russell Wilson, and I guess that's a part of the problem.
They can't do any of those guys, man. It's gotta be one of them, right?
Yo, when Rodgers retires and Cousins hits them over the head with another one last huge contract.
Bro, do you if Cousins doesn't go to the Steelers, he doesn't go to a team, does he?
So my thing is that like if he doesn't go to the Steelers, I could see him going to the Raiders because they don't have a backup either, and he definitely like has worked in that Kubiak offense for a long time. So for me, like for Cousins, it's basically if Rodgers returns, he's a Raider, I think. But yeah, I think it's down to that for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, dude. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, you got to give them something that the Steelers can use immediately. They're that kind of team.
Kirk goes to the Steelers and gets killed. Possible, bro. Definitely possible. Their offensive line is not like amazing or anything. Okay.
Rodgers was getting murked last year, and he's way more mobile than Kirk Cousins is.
So the Chargers are next, and the Chargers are an interesting team to me because like their coordinators are Mike McDaniels and then a random guy from Central Michigan that they got to replace Minter. So I don't know, like I just feel like if you're talking about who has some sway here, like I think one coordinator is a lot more accomplished than the other. I don't know if Harbaugh cares about shit like that, but like I just kind of think that like everything they did this offseason is geared towards they're going to be an offensive team next year, which is weird considering that it's a Harbaugh team. But truthfully, like they lost Odafe Owe and didn't replace him with anyone. Odafe Owe was like a big because hold on, they got Owe and Baltimore got Gilman, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Odafe Owe was a great player for them. Yeah, I don't know, man. This Chargers team looks like really lopsided, and I see them going offense here somewhere.
Okay.
If we're looking at their team offensively, I mean, shit, the offensive spot would be guard or receiver. Although I can't see them going receiver. They've put a bunch of draft capital into that spot in the last 2-3 years. There's 2 draft picks in 2023. A draft pick in 2024 and then 2 from last year. So, I mean, shit, maybe they're going defense. They got Charlie Kohler and Gadsden was getting catches last year. I mean, I don't know. Offensively, it kind of looks like guard or nothing. So maybe not.
Shit, I mean, they have did Khalil Mack go back there or no?
Yeah, Khalil Mack went back there. So as of right now, their edge rushers are Khalil Mack and Tui Pelotu. The player that they had playing last year. But beyond that, they got
Tui Pelotu, man.
Bud Dupree.
I don't know.
This defense is going to be sorry next year. That's just with a random guy coaching it. This defense is going to be really bad. Like Mike McDaniel offense with this defense, like you're going to see the Chargers in a lot of high scoring games.
Maybe they draft a safety. I don't know.
I don't mind because that's some weird Harbaugh shit to do to draft the white safety from Oregon. I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, that leaves the Eagles, and I think the Eagles are taking an offensive tackle. So I'm going to go Blake Miller here. That one's pretty simple. Like the offensive line just wasn't that good last year. Cleveland Browns back up again. We gave them offensive lineman. And apparently they're going offensive lineman and receiver.
Or so they say.
So they say. Honestly, the receiver value here doesn't look great.
Hey, Brown's a sneaky Ty Simpson spot.
Legit. Can I looking at the roster? I mean,
Probably
the roster
not.
sucks. So I mean, I don't know. I can't see them going corner because like they could, but I mean, they have Denzel Ward. They went defensive tackle last year. Browns taking a safety would be weird. Do you want to give them Ty Simpson?
If we don't give them Ty Simpson, who do we give Ty Simpson?
Bears, Bill. Yeah, none of these teams.
Yeah, let's give them Ty Simpson.
Yeah, none of these teams. All right.
That'd be like some Cleveland shit, right? Because they could just cut all the other guys after next season.
Mm-hmm.
For like basically no money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears, I think defense makes sense for them.
Yes.
And I think they lost guys in the secondary. So we can definitely give them like whoever the best player in the secondary is. I think Avion Terrell is a slot corner though. So let me look at if they have their slot corner still. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, they need a safety. They need a safety. So we're going to give the Bears a safety. Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Buffalo Bills. I don't know. Like, I don't think the roster is that good. I really don't think there's any positions that they can't take. The only major addition they made was DJ Moore, and that's not even a major addition. They lost a guard, so they could probably replace him. Let me see if there's the next offensive lineman is way down the list though, and it's a tackle.
I could see them reaching on like an edge or something.
No, yeah, definitely. They lost Bosa, and I don't think they replaced him. Where's Buffalo? Buffalo, yeah. So their edge rushers are, it's the same room from last year minus Bosa, so they could definitely go edge.
Yeah, I could see it. Or did they? No, they signed Bradley Chubb, didn't they?
Oh wait, hold on. They did. Why is he lit? Oh, it's they're going to a 3-4 defense. Okay, so then Rousseau and Bradley Chubb are their edge rushers. If they're going to a 3-4, I'd imagine that they need an interior defensive lineman because things are pretty different in this scheme. For the defensive tackles. Looking at the linebacker room, they have the same guys from last year. At safety, they hilariously have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Geno Stone. So that's a hell of a duo of 29-year-olds.
Fuck it, dude.
First round pick from last year. Yeah, shit. Let's give them a defensive lineman. Do you want to go defensive tackle or edge?
Let's go defensive line.
All right,
like defensive tackle.
Peter Woods. San Francisco, they got Mike Evans. They still have CMC. Kittle tore his Achilles in Philly.
Yes.
But they had a backup that they gave a contract extension to. I wouldn't be surprised if they go offensive line because Trent Williams is old as fuck. And realistically, they're one like genuinely good offensive lineman.
But he also wants a new deal.
That's true. So reasons to go offensive tackle for sure. Defensively, they got Raheem Morris. So my thing is like there's a scheme change there, and he might need some defensive pieces. The next, so my understanding is that this guy Ian Achor is like the last serious offensive tackle, and once after him, like you're talking about projects. So they have.
I don't think they're reaching down further than that if they're even gonna take him.
And then if we're gonna give them a defensive player,
don't they like need pass rushers though? Didn't Bosa get hurt?
I think he'll be healthy next year, but let me see what they did. So their pass rushers right now are Bosa and their first round pick from last year, Michael Williams. But actually, yeah, beyond that, they haven't added any pass rushers. They've actually only added one player to the defensive line, and it's Osa Odigizua.
We traded for him, right?
Yeah, so looking at the rest of their team, it looks like their secondary and their linebackers are the same players from last year, but they added Dre Greenlaw. They're probably happy with that part of their defense because it wasn't healthy, but defensive line makes sense. We can give them an edge player.
I just think having like an actual impact player there is better than having like a Trent Williams backup plan.
True. That makes sense. Houston Texans, shit. This is where we go offensive line, maybe, because their defense, they're probably happy with it.
Yeah, you probably just reach on an O lineman.
So they take the last offensive tackle. Kansas City Chiefs, second pick. Their first pick, we gave them an offensive tackle. We can go McDuffie replacement here.
Sure. The slot guy?
Yeah. So this guy's supposed to go in the first round too. He plays outside. This guy's probably in the second round. Yeah, so there's two corners that could go here, slot or outside. We can pick one or the other. Let me see if they signed someone in the slot. Kansas City Chiefs. So, this guy tore his ACL last year. Oh, they got a Loki Gilman. Yeah, they could go outside or inside. Honestly, like we'll just go the best player on the board.
right.
Miami's second pick.
Their
We
first
gave
pick was
linebacker.
Shit. I mean, they need so much.
Do you want to go receiver here?
Yeah, that seems like good value based on a projection.
There's a handful of guys they can go here. Again, right now their receivers are Tutu Atwell and Jalen Tolbert. So there's just no way that they go into next year with that. Like they're drafting somebody high. Yeah, and then the two Washingtons they drafted in 2024. We can go Omar Cooper here.
All right.
And then the last two teams, we got the Patriots and the Seahawks. The Patriots, I don't know, man. Like their offensive line wasn't that good. Their defensive line, like their edge rush could have been better. I think if we're talking about a Mike Vrabel football team, he's probably talking about those kind of players. Offensive defense, not defensive tackle because they have two good tackles, but edge or offensive line makes sense here.
You kind of broke up for a second. I think you said edge or offensive line.
Edge or offensive line.
I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Yeah, and then if you think they're trading for AJ Brown, then not receiver because they replaced Stephon Diggs with Romeo Doubs.
I don't think they're trading for. I don't think that's actually happening.
Then I think receiver is a possibility here.
Sure, fuck it, receiver, but I don't think they're actually trading for him. It doesn't make sense, like for the Eagles to do it.
I mean, basically on the Eagles side of things, the only thing they have no desire to trade him. They just don't want to deal with an unhappy player if he's unhappy. So like they're trying to do what they can to get him back on side. Like they got a new offensive coordinator. They literally they signed his best friend, who Eagles fans are calling his emotional support receiver. Like they're just trying random shit, but it's like they just don't want to have a fucking guy reading a book on the sideline again. That being said, I don't think that's a reason to take on 40 mil dead cap. So like this is really just about how much of a problem is he gonna cause.
The dead cap is just too much for me. Like the Patriots aren't going to give him 2 1s. Yeah. So like there's no reason to take on the dead cap.
Right. Oh, so but the thing is like I think that if they feel like they could get AJ Brown in training camp, then they probably wouldn't go receiver. I don't think. I think if they take a receiver after signing Romeo Doubs, like that's your receiving room. I don't know if you add a third guy after that. But I mean, shit, we can give them something else. Want to go edge?
Yeah, why not?
It's the suggestion. And then the Seattle Seahawks, basically, they either have to. Their big need is corner because they lost their corner. They obviously lost Kenneth Walker, but the interesting thing is that they liked Charbonnet more last year anyways, but then he tore his ACL in the playoffs. So the question is he going to be healthy? That being said, I can't see them going running back this high, especially with this running back class. Yeah, I think this is corner or edge maybe, but the edge situation doesn't look great here. I think Colton Hood probably makes sense.
Sure.
Okay, so we wrap things up there. That's the first round, people. Shit. I mean, there's not much in free agency that's going to happen to impact things. Like the situation is the situation, but we'll do this again next week and probably just every Sunday night because that's the time that I have to stream on this channel. It might devolve into just talking about like random football stuff or even non-football stuff because it's a mock draft. Like it's not the most riveting stuff in the world, and we're just out here taking complete guesses. But that's what we're gonna do until the draft. I'll be here for the draft, but until then, just Sunday nights we'll hang out, talk about draft rumors, the prospects, and like what people are saying about them. Before I wrap up, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Peter, when does your girl get back?
Tuesday morning.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we probably won't be seeing Peter next Sunday. But I'm sure I'll see you at some point.
Maybe you got more likelihood seeing me on a Sunday than a Monday night to talk to Caden's bitch ass about the fucking championship.
Yo, Caden and his alt account in the chat, bro. I hate that shit.
Not doing that. You might see me next Sunday. I'll see.
All right, we'll see. But yeah, you guys take care.
Actually, no. You won't. We have friends over next Sunday evening. You definitely won't. I just remember.
Yeah, because it's a long weekend too, right?
No, because we don't get the Easter holiday off in our country.
So the thing is, I know for us, it's not like guaranteed. But right now I work for the government, and the government gets you Good Friday and Easter Monday off. So
hey man, I work for the government too, but we don't get Easter Friday and Monday.
Damn, they said separation between church and state and all that.
Basically, we get a Farm Workers Day this Tuesday though, so that's what's
that's dope. That's dope.
So I'm driving up to Santa Barbara to pick my girl up from the airport when she gets back.
Hell yeah, man.
We're gonna have lunch on the way down. It's gonna be nice.
True. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Peter will see you guys at some point to be determined in the future. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel on the way out. I'll see you guys later.